Jai Jagannath. Welcome back to PM Academy. Today's topic is about the tribal studies introduced by Delhi University. Delhi University recently announced establishment of the Center for the Tribal Studies or the CTS, and that will function recently under the Department of Anthropology in the Delhi University, as it is the first year. And its objective is to understand the diversity of tribal practices, culture, language, religion, economy, and commonalities, and also relation with the nature through an inter or India centric perspective. Means actual tribal cultures, tribal people, they have the own culture, own religion, own traditions. So, and they are more related with the nature, and that is to be the studied by this the tribal department. And this was declared, that when Delhi University declared this the tribal studies on the day of International Day of the World's Indigenous Peoples. And when it was declared, it was decided that initially it will function under the Department of Anthropology and under the Professor Dr. Somendra Mohan Patnaik, and who is now the head of the Department of Anthropology and also the director of the Center for it will function, and he will act as the director of the Center for Tribal Studies. And objective is that actually generally we know about the tribal peoples. Most of the tribal people till date are uneducated, and the objective is addressing the contemporary issues of the tribal people, tribal communities in their the overall development and well-being in the present as well as in the future perspective. So now what happens actually, this the university, as it has set up this the department, as I told you, it's the objective is overall development of the tribal peoples, and also it will be due consideration will be given. The center will have all India perspective with the due considerations of the regional diversities like the Northeast India, Central India, South India, and the island regions. And also the establishment of this the center, it will highlight the role and the contributions of the many tribal leaders throughout the Indian history, and to bring to the light the efforts of the many unsung tribal leaders in Indian struggle for the freedom. Because generally what happens actually, we know many of the tribal peoples in the tribal regions, they have registered the British government, and only the few are popular as the freedom fighters. And many of the tribal leaders, they are the unsung heroes, you can say, means they sacrifice their life for the independence, and but they are means they have not covered in the history. So its objective, the department's objective is to bring out the unsung heroes of the tribals who laid their life for the cause of nation. And throughout the research also, it will also study and the document of the various traditions of the Indian tribes, and they are also indigenous knowledge, as well as they will also work for the disseminations of the informations to the public in the general as well as the academia and the students in the particulars. Means actuals, we have to study and the documents of the various traditions of the Indian tribes and their indigenous knowledge, and it will be shared with the public or with the departments, with the academic people. And no doubt actual, this the department will play very vital role in bringing the gap between the needs of denotified nomadic tribes and particularly vulnerable tribal groups or the PBTGs. So now we have to see that actual, by creating this the tribal studies of the Delhi University, they have opened a new chapter for the progress of the tribal peoples in India. because generally you know that when the all sectors of the people, all sections of the people, they have progressed a lot. Tribal people still, maximum tribal people living in the hill slopes, remote areas, inaccessible areas, in the jungles. So means many tribal peoples are the far away from the education and also the basic needs also. So by the establishing, by the setting of this the department in the due, definitely it will open a new chapter. It will help a lot for the development of the tribal people in India. This is for today. Thank you very much.